So first I will tell you what exactly we are going to do in this video. One thing, make sure I am not going to teach you the topic. This is a series I just started to help the student because I found that ki maximum time children, when the exam comes near, they do not know that ki what this topic is prepared or not. So I will be coming every alternate day one of the video where every chapter I will do analysis in the sense ki in this particular chapter what are the concepts you should know for better performance in the JEE Main. Right now I am coming for the JEE Main, next we'll go for the JEE Advanced. So as the name itself is saying, I am starting with the quadratic equation, and the student who is going to write this year, next year JEE 24, who are in 12th class are dropper. So for them it's a very quick notes they should make it and make a list of this. So in this I will be adding the PDF version of this also, so that you can download it in the description box. It will be get added, so you can download. So you have to just concentrate what are the concepts you should know it. And at the end of this video, it's a short video, it's not very long video. I will be telling that in which concept what are the how many marks came from the last 4 or 5 years. Right? So all those analysis I did. So that is what the same analysis I am going to do for the every chapter in mathematics, and of course we are coming with the chemistry and physics also. Right? So first we are starting with the mathematics, and the same way chemistry and physics will be also coming up. So I will suggest you that if you are on the Math IT online class YouTube, it's fine. If it's not, so please subscribe it, so that whenever you are getting the things, immediately you get information. Apart from that, very soon we will be coming with the link where you can register yourself, so that we can give them some question bank and other important question, previous year question and their solution also. So let's start without wasting the time. So the first chapter we are going to talk about that quadratic equation. It's one of the very important chapter. Not only that how many marks question is going to come into this, it's a very important for that point, means how this chapter is going to use other chapter also. Remember, JEE Main and JEE Advanced, the major difference is that JEE Main basically maximum 2 chapter concept they involve in a question, maximum. But in JEE Advanced, sometimes 4 or 5 chapter concept can be involved in a single question. That is why for the JEE Advanced, I will make separate video of every chapter analysis, and for the for the JEE Main. So right now sufficient time is there. If you make a checklist, this is chapter, these are the concept I should know it, and if you are clear about those concepts, you can just start solving the problems, right? So let's start with this particular chapter, what are the concepts you should know it. Now the first things what you have to know that what are the concept is required in the complete quadratic equation. Remember, it's a name is quadratic equation. Basically it's an actual name, we should say that quadratic equation and expression. Remember, the most important for the JEE point of view is this particular chapter. This is the important, this particular concept, expression. What is the difference between the equation and expression? I hope maximum of you know. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is called as the quadratic equation. And ax square plus bx plus c equal to y, or you can say y equal to ax square plus bx. This is called as the quadratic expression, because y expressed in term of the x. Always remember, this will have the roots or solution, but this is not having roots or solution. Are you getting my point? But from this we used to reach to this particular concept. So if you are preparing for the JEE, first you should get confidence in this, then only you should come into this. Those students who already did quadratic, if you are in 12th class, if you are in the 11th class, maybe some of you already did some part. Every expression will become equation whenever y is 0. And you know y is 0 where? On x-axis. It's a pure graphical chapter. If you know the graph, you can do quickly. So if you are drawing the graph of this function, for example, this is the graph. So we used to say that this is here y will be 0, here will be y will be 0. These are the only 2 points where y will be 0. So this is called as the root of the which equation? For this expression when y is 0, and when y is 0 it will become equation, right? So that is point you should understand between difference between the expression and equation. Apart from this, the first things what you have to do, these are the concepts you should know. You can no need of writing or something, the PDF will be available. Equation and identities, means the difference between the equation and identity. So many times I seen that question used to be asked in JEE. Second, relation between the roots and coefficient. Third, common roots between this, and these are the concepts. We'll discuss one by one what is that. I'm not going to teach what is exactly. I'll just give you idea what exactly I'm trying to tell, because the naming is different. In some books, they will write some other way, in some books some other way. So you should understand what exactly the topic name. Am I right? So let's go with the second slide of this. Now, first thing, equation and identity. You should understand the difference between the equation and identity and how to find out the conditions in the different things. When I say x square minus 4 equal to 0, it's an equation. It's true for the certain value of x. True for certain value of x. But if I say x square equal to x square, this is called as the identity, because this is always true. Of course, this way the question will not be asked to you, but you should understand the difference between the equation and identity. Equation is that which is true for the certain value of x under some condition. Identity is the equation. Again, this is also equation, but which is always true for any value of x. That will be called as the identity. Maybe you heard it, no? Like when I say sine theta equal to 1 by 2. This is true for the certain value of theta. But this equation, if you see, this is always true. Whatever theta you put, it's always. So this is the identity. Since trigonometry involved, we used to call it trigonometric identity. And this is the equation only. Since trigonometry involved, we will say trigonometric equation. I hope it's clear, right? So equation and identity. Again, I'm saying that the beautiful questions can be created based on the identity, and so many times it's created also if you see the past papers, right? See, preparation is not that key. So many tests you are writing, so many assignment you are doing, there is no use of it. You should be crystal clear. Okay, these are the points are there. When I'm solving a question, these are based on what concept. Simply solving, it will not help you for the JEE Advanced or JEE Main. Practice make perfect, but without a focus, practice is useless. So first, every chapter you make a notes ki what are the concepts are there. That concept first make a point. In one page you can do. In fact, there are total nearly 30 chapters are there in the JEE Main. Believe me, complete 30 chapter, if your focus point of view, just 30 pages needed. These are the main points are there. Concept. I'm not saying formula. I'm saying concept. What is the identity? That concept you should know. And how to use that you learn in your class with your teacher. Right? So this is the equation and identity meaning you should understand. Relation between roots and coefficient. It's a very important point. So many time question comes. When I will show you at the end of this video, means which concept, how many questions came each year. So you'll understand. Relation between the roots and coefficient. Remember, quadratic equation is not only limited to quadratic. They may ask you cubic equation also. They may ask you biquadratic also. They may ask you n degree equation also. Understand my point? So relation between the roots and coefficient is a very important concept. For quadratic, from 10th class itself, you are learning the relation, that relation all of you know. If there are two roots alpha and beta are there, so we know alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. And alpha beta will be equal to c by a. But what will happen if I say that this is the a naught x cube plus a1 x square plus a2 x plus a3 equal to 0. How many roots will be there? 3 roots. I am not talking real root. I am talking simply roots. They may be real, they may be imaginary. It does not matter. So suppose the alpha, beta, gamma are the roots are there. So what will be relation? So we used to say alpha plus beta plus gamma will be equal to minus a1 by a naught. Yes or no? Alternate sign. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equal to a2 by a naught. And alpha beta gamma will be equal to minus a3 by a naught. Of course, I don't remember. I am just using the logic of n. This is the 3 degree, maybe 4 degree, what is the relation? N degree, what is the relation? Understood my point? So that is important. Because there they will talk about the key roots. This root is the lying between this interval, that root lie between this interval, find out the third root condition. So if you are knowing the relation, then only you can tell. You should know if both the roots are positive, what is the condition, what is the coefficient? Both the roots are negative, what is the condition? Both root opposite sign, what is the condition? Understand? Both roots are less than 1. What is the condition of the coefficient? Understood my point? If I am saying that alpha is less than 2, but beta is greater than 2, means 2 lie between the roots, what is the condition? Any number lie between the roots, what is the condition? So, relation between the roots and coefficient means roots, you are putting some condition on roots, so how the condition on coefficient will come. Or if you are putting condition on coefficient, how the condition on roots will come. That point has to be clear. Understood my point? I am not talking this is in JEE this is the only, but this is the complete quadratic. JEE people know that in the quadratic or in equation, what are the concept is the most important thing. And how will relate that. So relation, this is very, very, very important point. Very important. This segment is very important. Very important. Next, common roots. Obvious, that's everybody know. Common roots condition, all of you know. So if there are two equations, again I am saying I am talking quadratic, but it's not necessary that it will be quadratic only. They make cubic equation also, they can come. They can come by quadratic also. So just for the example, I am talking about the quadratic. So two roots are there. This is alpha 1, beta 1. This is alpha 2, beta 2. Suppose they say that both the roots are common. What is the condition? One root is common. What is the condition? Am I right? Or one equation is cubic equation. One equation is cubic equation. Other root is quadratic equation. Other equation is quadratic equation. And cubic and quadratic having common roots. Means both the roots of quadratic is the same as the cubic. What is the condition? Means how to develop relation between the common roots. Not limited to quadratic. Not limited to quadratic. Be clear, quadratic. Not limited to quadratic. Means you should know cubic quadratic. You should know n degree or some other equation. So common thing means common roots between the equation. Common roots between the equation. Between the equation. So that is not necessary that both equations will be polynomial. Sometimes it can be happen that one is the logarithmic equation, another is the quadratic equation. Common roots means what? The value of x which satisfy both the equations. Are you able to understand my point? And one simple point should I tell you? The most beautiful things is that if any n degree equation are there, n degree equation is there. This is the n degree equation. Yes or no? n equal to 0. How many roots it will have? It will have alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha n. Some of them may be equal, some of them may be imaginary, some of them will be real. I don't know. It's a general case. N roots are there. Because n degree equation, n roots 100% will be there. Now, one point, if you remember, this common roots problem will get solved. This, if you're having roots alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so always remember a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus so on an will be written as a naught into x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2, so on x minus alpha n. Go and revise the concept. If you use this concept, any kind of the situation can be solved by. This is the main logic by which we used to get the things done. This is the main logic. That's all. This will solve any kind of the common roots problem. This logic you have to apply. So if you refer your book, notebook, or your class notes, your teacher who is teaching, you will understand this is the what we have to. This concept will take care of everything. Everything means everything. Got my point? Coming to the next point. Again, I'm saying I'm not teaching you, I'm just giving you idea, because if I will not give you this much idea, you will not understand what I'm trying to tell you. Graph and sign of quadratic. Again, very, very important. Very, everything, whatever I concept I filtered and mentioned here, they are important. Believe me, they are important. When you write your JEE examination, you will recall. He sir told that from here question will come. Very, very important. If you do not know how to draw the graph of quadratic expression, maybe you can solve JEE main question, but JEE advanced you will get stuck. You should know how to play with the graph in the quadratic. Right? So graph and sign of quadratic expression. That you should know. As maybe some of you know also, if there are only 6 graphs there, if a greater than 0, d greater than 0, this graph, a greater than 0, d equal to 0, it will touch somewhere, a greater than 0, d less than 0, neither touch nor intersect. And similarly, 3 reverse, a less than 0 will come, it will be something like this, a less than 0, d equal to 0, a less than 0, d less than 0, something like this will come. And believe me, it will tell you everything. See, right now itself is telling. Right now, this is the graph of what? This. This is the graph of what? This. This is the graph of what? This. If anybody asks you, 2x square plus bx plus c not equal to 0, y equal to, because graph only we can draw the graph of expression, not equation, be clear. This is the graph of this. Suppose graph of this. If they ask you, when this will, y will be always positive. Arey bhai, y, here y can be negative also, can be 0 also. Here y can be positive or 0. If they are saying only positive, this condition should satisfy. And here a greater than 0 already, so d less than 0, put it, condition, question done. Graph is the most important thing for the quadratic. So go through this graph, whatever the page you are making it, that I used to call it as a white paper. Every chapter one page. Every chapter one page should be there. In that page, all the main point, key point, these are the point I have to do. So that if anybody is saying that tomorrow you have to write mathematics examination, full paper, all the chapter, in one day you can revise. And if you start preparation from now, this white paper making, you will see that the day when the examination will come, you will not face problem. Because you know that, okay, these are the main point I should know. So you can checklist it. Okay, do I know graph or not? Do I know sign of quadratic, how to check I know or not? If you don't know, then open your lecture notes and revise that point. So it will be crystal clear, okay, these are the main things I have to do. Wait, if you have to do, go for the shopping. What people do? So already they have the fix up the thing. These are the things we have to do shopping. Of course, when we go in the shop, some other things are tracked and we purchase extra things also. That's happened in the examination also. When you go in examination, there are some main point in there in your hand. But apart from that, some extra questions, some extra concept they can ask you. So you have to use your common sense and solve it. Right? So graph and sign of quadratic you have to do. Next, Range of quadratic equation, basically it's a subtopic of this, that's all. Range of quadratic equation. Range is very, very simple. You should know that ki quadratic is the graph is this or this. This point, you know, coordinate, this way, minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a. I guess it's a 4a square, yes, 4a square. And this point is minus same thing, minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a square. That's all. It will take care of everything, everything. If a greater than 0, y start from minus d by 4a square to infinity. If a less than 0, the y start minus infinity to this. Because this graph always comes down and this always goes up. This is the for a greater than 0, this is the for a less than 0. So how to get the range? But they will not ask you simple quadratic, they will ask you like this. Ki y equal to something like that, let's say ax square plus x plus 3 divided by 2x square minus ax plus 5. Range of this quadratic is the 1, 2, 3 by 2. Find out the condition on A. Logic is same. Logic is same. Believe me, if you know these 2 points, its question is done. You don't have to do anything else. Only thing, you have to convert in quadratic expression and then put the condition, you'll get the answer. Am I right? That is the range of quadratic. Next, we have to talk about the location of the roots. Again, this is a graph only. Again, graph, just graph, nothing else. Location of the roots. Draw the graph, it will tell you location. Draw the graph, it will tell you location. Suppose somebody say, ki both the roots should be greater than 1. So what is the condition? So draw the graph and put the condition that both should be greater than 1. So using graph, these kind of questions can be done in one step. Both the roots are greater than 1. Simple. If those students who already studied, they must be knowing this logic. If both roots greater than 1, what will be the condition? All of you know, no? D greater than equal to 0. This point, this coordinate just now I told you, no? Minus b by 2a, x value, minus b by 2a greater than 1. But this is not sufficient condition because 1 can come here also. So, what is the condition? A into f of 1. A into f of 1 must be greater than 0. Check it. Enough. Done. Question done. Solve this here, get the unknown. Solve here, get the unknown. Solve the here, get the unknown. This and this and this. And means intersection. And means intersection. Take intersection, you answer question done. I just gave you example. What I'm trying to tell you, whenever you have to location of the roots. Location of roots means what? Well, location means they will not ask you the place. It's a belong from which state or which city. This means they will ask you find the condition on some unknown where alpha is less than 1 and beta is greater than 2. Something like that. Or alpha, beta both are positive. So this is called the location of the roots. Means condition on the root. If you notice, last 3 points, this one, and this one. All these are graph only, nothing else. N degree equation, very important. N degree equation, I will suggest you that key, means go through that key. There the formula, maybe all of you study also or didn't study, then you have to use that condition coefficient, those coefficient of x power n minus r divided by coefficient of x power n. Sum of r roots at a time. So n degree equation you should know, means cubic equation how to handle, biquadratic how to handle. So these are the points will be done by using all this point. Next, discrete rule of sign. Very simple things which is used to tell by looking the equation. You can tell that how many maximum positive roots, how many negative roots. Maximum. Suppose if I say 3x cube plus 5x square plus 2x plus 7 equal to 0. how many roots will be there? 3 roots will be there, alpha, beta, gamma. If I am asking how much maximum number of positive roots, the discrete rule of sign says check how many times coefficient change its sign. No change, no change, no change. Coefficient does not change its sign, so 100% sure there is no negative roots. Means I don't know what is the solution of this, but I am 100% sure this equation does not have negative roots. Are you getting my point? So again, it will take 5-10 minute time to explain you that, but idea I given you. How many maximum number of positive roots? So the maximum positive, maximum, not exactly, maximum number of positive roots of any polynomial equation is equal to number of times coefficient change its sign. Just for you to understand some known equation, I will take x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. By looking the equation, I can tell that there is no positive roots because coefficient does not change its sign. Same way, negative roots condition will be there. You can apply that one. And so many other conditions are there in discrete rule of sign, which you have to refer with your lecture notes. Right? So that by looking the equation, you can tell key roots will be positive or negative. How many positive roots, how many negative roots, how many real roots. Remember, discrete rule of sign always tell you maximum number of positive or negative. It never tell you exact number. It tell you always maximum number. So by using this, we used to do roots analysis. So this is this point. And now we are coming to this is the last point we reached. Now, see, this is the concept which I told you. These many points are there. Right? 1-2 questions sometimes will be there which will contain some other concept also. But roughly, idea I am giving. Relation between the roots and coefficient. 2009-15 question. 2020 10 question. 2021 12 question. Don't get it, sir, here. Problem is that these times nearly 8 session exam was there. Nearly 8, 16. 2021 I think 16 paper was there. Approximately. So that is why number of questions this many is looking. But you can get idea. 2022 nothing was asked. 23 nothing is asked. So there is a chance. There may be chance you may look for the I think 2024 there may be chance कि quadratic equation question may come. Again, I am saying I am not guessing anything. I am just giving you idea. So you can see that the relation between this was very important. Now check it there. Locus. This is the common roots question. Graph and sign based question. Actually, here also these questions also can be done by using graph and okay, but since coefficient involved, so it's a matter here. Location of the roots based question, n degree equation, and discrete rule of sign. You can see only one question based questions is asked. So roughly idea I given you what exactly mean by this, and this is the what will be you have to keep in mind. So this list you have to keep in mind and then try to do the things. This is the checklist, very important and very useful. And you will see that it's going to help you a lot. Make now itself start making. Don't try to do at last moment will do. Make your own notes of the single paper notes. Right? This was the past year question analysis, and that's all. So for the today, this much only, and in the next session we are going to discuss about the sequence and series. Sequence and series we will talk, and we will see that in sequence series what are the important concept we should know it. Right? So keep in track and check it out. Start making list. In case anything you wanted to ask, you can put in the comment and it will come to me. I will surely send the reply. Right? Thank you very much. See you in the next session.